What's up, guys? Today I want to talk a little bit about some things about the game, as well as the progress that I've been making through the game and things that I've discovered. I'm sure you guys already discovered for yourself, but because I've been playing this game mostly on default, using default setups, I wasn't able to discover until now. So the thing is, I want you to see right now, I finished my last season, and now I started my latest season, and I decided, okay, let me start using custom setups and see how that goes. So as you guys can see all the way to the right, under the Monster Energy Cup Series logo, I've raced 3 out of 36 races, and I've won all 3. And this is using custom setups. And unfortunately, the game is absolutely no challenge. In fact, it almost feels like I'm playing NASCAR Heat 2 again. This is one of the reasons why I've held off on using custom setups. I really prefer a challenge, and as you guys have seen from my other gameplay videos, that I have been struggling, just to try to get a top 5 or top 10. And yes, there are some other issues with the game that sometimes rear their ugly heads and kind of really ruin the experience, but for the most part I've been having a lot of fun, and the racing has been extremely challenging, and that's the reason I do find that I've been having a lot of fun, because it's those moments of fighting just to try to get a top 5, even though something always happens, like those late race cautions that this game seems to love doing. And times the AI does not have awareness, they'll dive bomb, and especially if you're racing side by side, they'll come down into you. They tend to do that a lot. So those issues, they pop up here and there, and they are frustrating, and you guys have seen that. But overall, I do appreciate the challenge, and I've really had a lot of fun. So now that I'm using these custom setups, it just feels like a completely different game, and it's not for the better. These setups, I mean, even if you use the best setup in the world, you should not be able to just obliterate the AI. And I really believe that, all right, let's just go to ISM. That's the 4th race. But I really believe that, my advice to you guys, those of you who really want to experience the best of the competition and really have a lot of challenge, just pick a default setup, and whatever problems arise, it's better off dealing with that than just having a custom setup and just really obliterating everybody. And I haven't even qualified, and I started at the back because there is not much of a challenge. So I don't know what to expect here, but I'm expecting almost the same thing, because I'm gonna insert this other custom setup I found. I have been using Need Pit Gaming's setups, so for the most part they are really fast, but they are a little too much on the loose side for me, so I've tightened them up a little bit, just lowering the track bar. The other thing I really hate is that for me it's an exploit, and that's all right, look, we're in practice. Let's just go to the setups. This thing where let me just, all right, I'm gonna do this real quick. This is the setup I just found online. It's not a Neat Pit setup, because I don't think he's posted one for this track yet. I saw this, somebody else posted this one, but You go down to 3 on the clicks, then 5 here. This is a little odd in comparison to most of the other ones I've been seeing. So 54.2, and here 50.2, wedge 50, and now we go to the springs, 11 and 12. Bear with me, guys. I just want you guys to kind of get a sense of what happens when you start using custom setups. I mean, it literally feels like your car has another 100 horsepower, and the grip is insane. Which, honestly, I don't like it at all. Which is why I've avoided using these setups, because I do appreciate the challenge. Now, this is one thing I hate. I'm gonna leave the camber where it is, but the setup that I just got that I'm using is the same thing everyone else is doing, which is maxing out the camber. If you see the camber up here on the top right, you can go all the way up to 10 degrees, and then negative 10 degrees on the right front camber, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to, I don't even remember where it was. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there. But that camber, maxing it out at 10 degrees is ridiculous. It's unreal. There's no way you could make more than 5 laps at most of these tracks with a 10-degree camber maxed out. You would obliterate the tires because they're just barely running on the outer edge corner or the inner edge. So that's not realistic, and it makes the car really turn well. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to just ignore that because that's overkill. But even not using that, I found that I'm blowing the AI away. Alright, so I'm gonna go here 12. This says 1275, so I'm gonna leave it at 1250 because most of these setups people are using are a bit on the loose side, so I'm gonna play it a little safe. And I think a tighter setup will slow the car down just a little bit, and you know, from what I've experienced, it doesn't matter. Wow, 4.450. All right, well, that's what he's using. So always trust anonymous people online. 275, no, 270. 195, 155, and 135. And then the final gear, 310. Wow, it's a big change. All right, we're gonna see. All right, save setup. So I am gonna use a custom setup on each track just for this season. I'm gonna save them just in case I ever race online and we're using custom setups. You know, then I have it. So we're just gonna go right into the race. I'm not gonna qualify because so far my experience has been that,
well,
you know, these custom setups are just overpowering the AI even on Legend. So, you know, let's see what happens. You know, so I'm gonna do the whole season on custom setups just to see if there are any differences. Maybe there are tracks that are still challenging, but I don't know.
Be ready.
As you could see, the wow,
Clear all around.
definitely got a huge jump. All right.
Got a car up top. Got a car high now. Drop your speed, driver. Still there.
Thought I was gonna overdrive that corner, but I didn't. Whoa. All right.
Alright, clear outside.
Yeah. It almost feels like I'm not on legend. Like, well, right now I'm still mid-pack, but I just, and after 3 laps, I started 40th and I'm already 23rd. So, look at that. I don't want to get ahead of myself because I might wreck, but it's a little loose coming out of turn 2, but yeah, I could see why. I thought the taller rear gear would, it still revs all the way up to the rev limiter, so. Alright, I should have let off a little sooner there, but we're still doing good. Just 4 laps in, 5 laps in, and I'm halfway through the field. As you can see there, I hit the rev limiter again, but
still there.
whoa! All right, it's a touch loose. Got to be careful.
Back it down, back it down.
All right, let off earlier. Let it roll. Oh.
Hang tight there, driver.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you can't slam your foot down on exit there, so I got to remember that. I really do enjoy this track. This is one of my favorite tracks. It's pretty technical, and each corner is slightly different. Yeah, just let it roll through the corner. And yeah, that's a much better exit. If you overdrive that corner and then slam your foot down on the gas, it's going to want to spin out with this setup. Yeah, this thing turns really good. Now, if you guys can remember when I talked about the camber, imagine how much more this would turn if the camber was maxed out. I really think they should fix that. To me, that's an exploit. There's no fucking way anybody should be able to run with the camber maxed out. Right now, you would have blown your tires out after 8 laps. You know, as I've told you guys before, I'm not an expert on setups, but I am knowledgeable about car mechanics and how cars work. I've built a lot of cars in my life. I've had maybe 35 different cars in my life, mostly old muscle cars from the 70s. I used to buy them and fix them up. It was almost every year I had a different car. It was, I don't even want to think about how much money I've spent through the years just hot rodding. But I'm not going to tell you I'm an expert, but I am knowledgeable about cars in general. But when it comes to race car setups, to me that's a whole other ball of wax. But I do know enough to know that maxing out the camber at 10 degrees is not something you should be able to do. That's just something they really need to fix. And for me, it just feels like cheating. So I'm not going to use that. But even without using that, my first 3 races, I obliterated the field. This, so far, it's kind of settled out. Once I got to the top 20, and now it's a little harder to pass, so I'm pleasantly surprised so far. This is where I have the most fun, when you can make 1 pass at a time and it takes you a couple of laps and you're really fighting for each spot. That's when the game is at its best. And unfortunately, when you have a custom setup, that challenge is not going to be there. Right now, I'm pleasantly surprised. This is better than I thought it would be. But remember, I started all the way in the back. And let's see what the tire wear is like. All right, they're not really super worn, but
Top lane
they're
straight,
getting
you're
there.
good if you need it. Top
So
lane straight.
I think
Inside.
if I can hold on off the next restart, I should be able
Still
to
there.
make up a bunch of spots. It's gonna be, you know, unless something really catastrophic happens to me. All right, I should have let off a little bit, but all right, this isn't too bad. Now, this is something else I've talked about, and I really think it's key. I'm going to talk about these things when I start talking about the next game and what they need to do. One, unfortunately, I do think they're going to have to jack up the AI a little bit more, because now that I'm experiencing firsthand that a custom setup really is like almost like having a shot of nitrous. It's just a big difference. Right now, so far during this race, it's not too bad. Now that we're spread out and, you know, this isn't too bad. I'm enjoying this. I was not expecting that, but for the most part, I do think it's way too easy. And my suggestion is for people to kind of stick with the stock default setups and just deal with the smaller issues, because I think you'll enjoy it more. It's more challenging. I won the first 3 races. I didn't even break a sweat. I couldn't believe how easy it was, and that's not fun to me. You know, some people want to win at all costs, and I'm not like that. I want the experience of the race to be fun. Like, I really earned every spot. So, right now, I'm having a blast. This game, it has its moments, and that's what I love about it. And the more we can make those moments be more of a common occurrence, I think the better.
Nice driving that today.
All right, so now
No point.
16th,
Good job.
we'll pit.
Caution's out. Wave them off behind you.
You know, maybe if I go back, all right, we're just gonna leave everything the way it is. But maybe after I finish the season, as I play through the next season,
Has the green flag.
I can just
Be ready.
take the custom setup and alter it so that I can maybe do something to the setup to slow the car down. But I hate thinking that I may have to do that, because that sucks. You know, maybe I can just lower the track bar at each setup, and I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't.
Careful. Still
If you
there.
guys have any suggestions, you know, I'll look into it. But
Careful.
I do
Still
think
there.
I'm gonna have to detune these setups just so that
Outside.
it's more challenging.
Top lane free. You're using it if you need it. Top lane free. Careful. Still there. Clear all around.
Yeah, well, at Vegas, I started at the back,
Inside.
and I was able to take the lead in 9 laps. So that's not the way it should be.
Still there.
That's crazy. I'd also like to know which of you guys have been using custom setups, and what's your experience like? Is it too easy? What do you think?
Still there.
Are any of you gonna go back to just doing stock setups, or using stock setups, I should say?
Inside.
So far, I gotta admit, I am a little surprised. Unless this particular setup isn't as good as like maybe the one Neat Pit Gaming puts up. I don't know who this is, who posted this, but I just decided to use it. I'm definitely competitive with this setup, but I'm not as dominant as I was in the first 3 races with the other setups.
And you go.
So maybe this particular setup at this race, it's maybe not bad. I don't know. I mean, let's see how this race turns out. This may not be that bad. I am enjoying this race. I was not expecting that. This is really when it's at its best. I'm running 12th, but I'm not just, obliterating these guys. The car is slightly loose, but I gotta pay attention towards the end of the run. How tight is the car towards the end of the run? Because if I over adjust, I could ruin the car. Wow, I just lost a spot. This is good racing, man. I hope you guys are enjoying this, because this is, for me, what, when the racing's good. This is what I think a lot of races really go through in a real race. I did not like how fast I could get go from the back to the top 15, but once I got here, I'm kind of struggling. So this isn't bad, that's why I'm gonna finish the entire season using custom setups, so that I can make up my mind on which tracks I need to make an adjustment to make it more challenging.
Keep hitting your mark, man. You're getting better.
This setup works really well here, as far as still, the AI is still tough. Yeah, I ran my fastest lap that last lap. And the car is kind of loose right here in this corner, so I can't just stomp my foot on the gas, which I really like.
5 to go. You got this.
Wow. Alright, let the car rotate. Yeah, if you can resist the urge to stomp your foot on the gas,
Stay on the bottom here.
you can make up spots, alright? So just let it rotate,
Outside.
Just barely on the gas. Now I'm on it full.
Wow, that's fast.
And I hit my fastest lap. So, alright, now rotate. Don't let the car hit you. Keep your...
Stay low.
Alright. So,
Still there.
we only got 3 laps left. I think
Tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
maybe I could do a half around the wedge. Yeah, a half around the wedge, just to make the car a little more snug in some of these corners. And maybe I can get on the gas a little harder coming out of the exit. Jesus Christ. Alright, nice. Let it rotate. Yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks. It's very technical. Each corner you have to attack differently. You cannot overdrive this turn. This is the one that I find most difficult. And Wallace just pulled a crossover. Can I pass? Whoa! I had to overdrive it because I thought maybe he... Alright. Oh! Alright. Wallace was putting the pressure on, so... Alright, nice. Let it coast. Oh! Alright, I can hold on.
Inside. Nice driving.
Okay. Wow, this is good. Now, everything I said earlier about the previous races, it's not really panning out that way. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna add half a round of wedge, and that's it. Because I do feel like the car's a little loose at times. I think towards the end of the run, the car is gonna be a lot loose. I mean tighter. But that's something I'm gonna have to deal with when the time comes. Right now, I need that security of the wedge being slight. Yeah, definitely better here, especially on a restart. Because if you're too loose, the car is on the outside might get into you and oh. See right there, I got on the gas. I was able to do it a lot more aggressively.
Still there.
And that's what I think that wedge adjustment was able to do for me. No! Fuck, man! Who hit me? God damn it. I'm not pitting, man. Oh, jeez. Well, at least I'm getting a challenging race here. So far. Wow. Yeah, I used Kevin Harvick up right there. Fuck him. Block. Whoa, no! Alright. Damn, I got over aggressive there. Now I gotta see where this settles out. Hold my line, but who's there? Who's there? No!
Inside.
Oh my god, these guys dive bombing on the inside. I gotta find my way back. Alright, go ahead, man.
Hold your line, stay up high. Stay high. Careful, still there.
Whoa! Alright, I gotta settle down.
Careful now, still there. Stay low. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this
So,
line.
we're gonna have to make, if we don't have a caution, a one green flag pit stop before the end.
You're clear.
Wow. Man, I got hit again. These guys on the outside, man, they just slam into you. I hate that. When you're below them. Alright, I gotta get away from those guys. Yeah, you know, I don't know if this setup is just not as fast as maybe one of these other setups online, but this is definitely more challenging. I like this. So I'm gonna leave this setup. Maybe later on tweak it. I don't know. But this setup seems to be the best of both worlds. And it's not perfect, but in terms of competition. Then again, it also has to do with driver ability, and I'm not as good as I'd like to think. And, you know, for me, the default setups in the game, I can't win on those. Well, I haven't proven that I can win now. That might be different. Oh, I just ran my fastest lap. All right, good. But I haven't proven that I can win on a default setup. However, I've been doing a lot of 25% races, which is not what I normally do. And maybe on a 50% or longer race,
You just posted your best lap ever. That's awesome.
I can probably, maybe I can win in a longer race. I don't know. I haven't tried it. Alright, so right now the car is running really good. I just ran consecutive laps that were my fastest. And I just got passed by Keselowski. All right, so this is definitely not like my first 3 races. This is challenging, and keep in mind that I did not put the camber at max, which is one of the things I said is not realistic. So if I had the camber maxed out, I definitely would be turning a bit better, but it's not realistic. And this is really providing a very challenging and entertaining race for me. This is good stuff. And I definitely, you know, as much as I want to win, I prefer, you know, running like here, fighting for a top 5, even if I come up short. That for me is entertaining, instead of just having some super setup that I'm walking by the entire field. No matter how good your setup is, you shouldn't be winning races by half of, you know, just lapping the field and stuff like that. And Atlanta and Vegas, I literally almost won that race with my eyes closed, or both of those races. So I'm not sure I can win this race. The way it's going, yeah, I think this may be a top 5 if you know, if I don't mess it up. But as far as eking out a win, I don't know, man. Okay, now I'm being a little more aggressive. I gotta make up a few spots. So I'm gonna leave it, let's see, I'm gonna pit. We still got a while to pit, so maybe not, don't overdrive the car. Maybe let these guys fall back to you, to me I should say.
Great job.
I don't want to,
That's a fast lap right there.
yeah, I don't want to make a mistake and lose momentum. That's one of the mistakes I've been making. I'll get caught up in something and I'll ruin a good run. So right now I'll just hang around and just reel these guys in one at a time, hopefully. But I do have Chase Elliott on my bumper almost. So he's looking to make a move, and we all know how aggressive these guys are. So if I leave the bottom open, he's just gonna shoehorn it in there. And look, there he goes. Man, oh, somebody blew up in the pits. I love seeing that. These guys, it almost looks like somebody's having a barbecue in the pits. But I love that stuff. Wow, this is challenging. Okay, so you know what? I could pencil this race in as something that I'll probably not change much. Maybe some minor tweaking, but this is good. Yeah. This is good racing, guys. Just in case you don't know. This is much better than just blowing the field away with some crazy setup. And here comes Kyle. I think he knows I don't like him, so he's not going to hesitate to kick me aside. Alright, come on. Oh, I love this. Yeah, I was afraid, man, that, you know, every race was gonna be the same, you know, easy win. But this is the first one. You know, I decided to record this race in particular because I had just won 3 easy races, and I said, okay, I gotta show everybody what the problem is. And the AI said, nah, we're gonna make you look like a liar. So I like that. Oh, did somebody spin out? Somebody's just parked by the pits, but on the track, just on the exit of the pits. Yeah, I love this, man. This is good. Oh man, I overdrove it. Whoa! Car into the wall. It's Suarez.
I wave them guys off. Caution's out.
Okay, what do I do? Man, I don't know if I should change anything. There's only 15 laps left. You know what? Let's see what happens. I just went up another half round on wedge. I hope I didn't make it too tight, but yeah, I lost a bunch of spots.
Be ready? Green, green, green.
But I can get that back easily.
All the wheels. Got one outside now. Hard on the outside. Outside.
No, overdrove it. No, but no.
Car on the outside now. Outside.
Okay,
Down,
that's all right.
Down.
I made up too many spots in the beginning anyway, so it's okay. They got some of it back. Easy. Okay, we don't have that many laps left, so I don't know what happened. We lost a lot of spots. No, 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 no. Bite, bite, bite. Yes.
You can stay on the bottom right here.
Yeah.
Hang tight there, driver.
All right. Now I'm really gripping the wheel pretty hard now. This is good racing.
Careful now. Still there.
I wish every race was like this.
We have 10 to go. All right, clear outside.
All right, I gotta get in there a little harder than I wanted to, but all right.
Still there.
Yeah, I think I made the right decision tightening up the car with only a few laps left, because right now
Stay on the bottom here for me. Careful.
I can get on it just a little more aggressively.
Now you're clear.
This is the corner where I gotta make up time.
Careful. Still there. Clear all around.
Right there, I can get on it.
Slow down.
All right, we don't have enough laps. I'm definitely not going to win this race, which is, wow. I came in here expecting custom setup. This is going to be another easy race. And, wow.
Going too fast.
This is good. I really hope you guys can appreciate, like, I don't know, man, like, this is the type of racing I love. I love the challenge. Oh, I overdrove it. Right. Sorry, Wallace. I had to use them up. 8 tires are better than 4, right? But we gotta go, we gotta go.
Still there.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do the same thing to Chase Elliott. He's done it to me a few times, so it is what it is.
Stay on the bottom here for me. Right, careful now. Still there.
Alright, he's still on my outside. Should be able to clear him right here.
Stay low. Still there. Clear all around.
Alright. Alright, we got a top 10. Man, I was not expecting this. Now, this is definitely a race I'm gonna do at least a 50% the next time, because I could see how this will be real good. This is just a 25% race, so yeah, I'm gonna mark this race down. This is good.
Still there. All right, careful now. Still there.
Man, the potential this game has is really good, man. It's just, damn. they gotta spend time testing these games, man. And I'm hoping that for the next game, because they don't need to add any more tracks or series, at least I'm hoping they can spend time now on all the other things on the game, including, you know, test the game. And then you could see for yourself where you need to adjust the AI. And if they can do more testing, the game, you know, when they release the game, it'll be that much better. Wow. This was good, man. Like, you guys, let me know what you thought of this race. This is one of the best races I've had so far on this game, and
Still there. Clear all around.
very, very enjoyable. This is the type of racing that, for me, I want to experience more of. Wow. All right, so I think we're gonna end up in 8th, settled down. Not bad. Definitely a 50% race next time on this for me. All right.
Waiting all day for it.
That is something I enjoy way more than just dominating and, you know, with a custom setup. So, big surprise for me. And I even had a 105 speed rating. So I ran well, man. I think a 50% race I would have had a shot. That was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys got something out of my analysis, you know. In all honesty, I think that you might want to stick with default settings and try to make the most of it. I think you will enjoy the races when they're challenging. But then again, this race was way more challenging than I was anticipating, even with this particular setup. So that's what I'm gonna do, just take it race by race, and then the races that turn out to be really good and challenging like this one, I don't think I'm gonna make big changes here, but the other races I'm gonna definitely have to find something, because I do not like dominating and winning easily. So that's it for now. I look forward to your comments.